This is how I feed my sourdough starter. I don't measure, and that is the reason why this current sourdough starter has succeeded. So last time the sourdough starter was fed yesterday, and you can see some water on the top, and it's called hooch. And hooch is the extra liquid, which shows that sourdough starter actually is quite hungry at this point. So what I'm gonna do, will feed the sourdough starter with a couple of spoons of bread flour. It's a white bread flour that I've got from Lidl, and so I'm feeding a couple of spoons. I don't measure, and the reason I don't measure because before I used to measure, and it never succeeded. Only when I stopped measuring, that's when I got a success. I am using a fork just to mix it all up, and as you can see, the sourdough starter is getting thicker and thicker. So what happens is usually that when you mix it, especially if you have a bigger jar, the sourdough starter on the top tend to mix and have most of the flour. So I'm going all the way to the bottom. I'm scraping up and down, trying to get the whole sourdough still going. As you can see, the bubbles already starting to form on the top. That means the sourdough starter already starting to activate. Love the bubbles. Then I'm gonna add a warm water. Again, I don't measure. I just mix boiled water with a bit of cold filtered water and have a sourdough starter likes warmth, and warm water does help um for sourdough starter to get more activated. So again, I'm just mixing it all up. As you can see, it's getting a little bit more liquidy, but I'm gonna try to mix it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's quite hard to mix it, but I'll keep mixing it as much as I can. As you can see, it's kind of like a thick, um, like a pancake batter. I think the most important thing not to have too liquidy. So I decided to add a little bit extra flour, just to have a little bit thicker, um, kind of sourdough starter. And the more thicker the sourdough starter is, and you know that when it's hard to mix it, the better fed sourdough starter is, and this is when you get a lot of bubbles. So I'm gonna leave a sourdough starter somewhere warm. So it's been fed. I'm gonna keep it somewhere warm, and we're gonna look after an hour what happens to sourdough starter. Stick around because this is something happened that I did not expect sourdough starter to do. That's so good it is. So to keep it somewhere warm, you have a couple of options. If I cook something meals in the kitchen, I keep it near the hob. If I've just boiled a kettle, I keep it on the top or near the kettle. I also sometimes leave that in the oven with slightly warm. You don't want to overbake it. Radiator is good as well. So I'm just going to be closing it out. This is about a liter, or is a liter jar. So I'm going to keep it somewhere warm on the top of the kettle. And now I'm going to wait an hour before I show you what happens. So it's been an hour, and now I'm going to open sourdough starter to see how much it has grown. Oh my god, I did not expect my sourdough starter to do this. I couldn't see the line how much it grown, but oh my god, this is crazy. I think because the jar is so well sealed, it couldn't come out until obviously I've opened. It's obviously sourdough starter creates a lot of gas. That is unbelievable. Look at that beautiful texture and bubbly texture. This is a good sourdough starter.